Well, it looks like America is in its Soviet Union collapse moment, where Israel and Russia put the guy in power to be like Gorbachev. Trump is, I loved him in his first term. He was so funny doing all the rallies and stuff. But he was so funny in the first term doing the rallies. But that was like Barbie. This is like Oppenheimer, a very serious type of deal where he's not like first term Trump, where he was funny talking about wars and China. He was not. This is a real serious person, but he's like Gorbachev in a sense. So what will happen is, he's gonna be used to discredit and take down the U.S. As we know, when Gorbachev was president of Soviet Union, what happened was he was used to take down the Soviet Union. How is he doing that? Well, he was using. He basically democratized it. He privatized a lot of things. Everything's gonna happen here, and to a point where states wanted to secede from the Russian state system. They wanted to secede and form their own countries, but and they wanted to form their own countries. So what do you think's gonna happen here? What do you think could happen in the future? You might need a passport to travel to another state. If I wanted to travel to Ocean City, New Jersey, or if I wanted to travel to Chicago, I would need a passport. Kind of like what happened when the Russian state system collapsed in 1991, about 11 days after the inaugural Omega Day. It collapsed officially. And what do you think's gonna happen here? What happened to the former Russian states? That Russian state system. If you wanted to travel, if you lived in Moldova, which was part of the USSR, you would get arrested after 1981 because you didn't have a passport, because it was not a state within Soviet Union. So here, and people would get arrested repeatedly. How many people got arrested after USSR collapsed? Because they couldn't. If you were living in Kazakhstan, and if you wanted to say, okay, let's plan a road trip to Moscow, how much you want to bet? That can happen because it wasn't a state in the USSR. It was a country, and people didn't know, and they were arrested repeatedly, and they were thrown in forced labor camps in cold weather in Russia. What's going to happen here is You'll need a passport to fly or travel domestically. Because the U.S. broke up, the U.S. collapsed. It's not the U.S. anymore. And this is probably what ICE probably is about. This is probably what they're gearing towards. Because this is what the military probably, I think, is dealing with. You'll have to have a passport to travel. If you're a person, if I'm a Philly person, I wanted to travel to Big Apple, you would need a passport. In the future, you'll need a passport to do that. Yeah, well, it would be a card to travel like a card to like a national passport to travel to New York City when you live in Philly, because the U.S. would be history. It would be in the same category as Soviet Union or Yugoslavia or Czechoslovakia, all those other countries. Ash bin of history on what's going on in this country. So the U.S. will probably be like that. Because when you look at, you'll need a passport to travel domestically. Because the U.S., the administrative state won't exist anymore. It would not exist in state that it's in now. I'm turning some of the signing off.